But first up today, the online advertising juggernaut is rolling on in Australia, with the total spend for the first 3 months of the year jumping by almost 20%. The latest Internet Advertising Bureau report predicts that online spend will soon take up 20% of all advertising in this country. That's about $3 billion. Joining me now to talk through what this means is Paul Fisher, CEO of the IAB. He joins me now from our Sydney CBD studio. Paul, thanks and welcome to Technology Behind Business. Now, talk us through firstly the size and the scale of the increase from this year to last year, or the same time last year. What's that percentage jump been like?
It's been 21% overall, Nigel, year on year, which I think any growth in double digits in the current climate is pretty acceptable. But to have a 21% growth off of a $2.5 billion base is quite phenomenal, especially in the Australian media sector. And as you said, that has actually lifted the overall expenditure for online advertising beyond the $3 billion barrier.
Okay, so it's up 21%. What is it that's actually driving that particular growth?
There's three subsets of the overall figure. The key driver is in paid search. So we see that up around $1.6 billion, and that grew an astounding 30% year on year. General display ads, which are the ads that you see across web pages and also includes video, they're up 15% to $843 million. And then there's online classifiers, which are your ads for cars, jobs and houses. They're up 11% to $650 million.
Why is there such an uptake, Paul, from advertisers now to use this particular platform? Is it because the tracking mechanisms are much better? Is the return on their outlay superior to traditional forms of advertising? What's actually pulling them to go online?
There's a number of factors, Nigel, and I think you've just highlighted a couple of them. I think there's clearly pressure on audiences in so-called traditional media. So I think the number one driver is consumer behaviour, and the reality is that by far and away greatest consumption of media and content now is online, more so than in television and on newspapers. So consumer behaviour is the key driver. And then, of course, from a media planning and buying perspective, and therefore an advertising perspective, the old adage in ad land of the dollars follow the eyeballs. And I think what we're starting to see now is a migration by media buyers and by marketers of their budgets out of essentially television and newspapers, and more so into online.
And very quickly, Paul, you're also predicting that this will surpass television advertising, and 20% of all advertising will eventually go online.
It's already at 20%, so I think that's projected to go up to about 33% by the year 2016 by PricewaterhouseCoopers. Yes, I think on the current trends, Nigel, online will exceed TV sometime next calendar year, 2013, and then after that we expect it to exceed print and newspapers in financial year 2013-14.
Well, Paul, we'll definitely be keeping our eyes on this one. Thanks for coming on today.
Thanks, Nigel.